Alyssa. My name is Emma. I'm going to be the nurse working with you today. Do you mind if I sit down?
That's fine.
Okay. I just want to do a new patient kind of screening with you today. This is a screening that we do with all of our patients. Just a few questions. One of the topics we go over is intimate partner violence. I was wondering if that would be okay with you to discuss that.
Yes.
Okay, and I just want to remind you that all the information we talk about today is confidential. None of it leaves this room unless, of course, there's a child in danger, in which case I do have to report the information. But other than that, what we say here stays between me and you.
Okay.
Just to start, we have a really standard list of questions that we ask all of our patients. I'm going to kind of run through those, and then if we have any other questions that we want to talk about, we can address it after that. So I'll just go ahead and start. In general, how would you describe your relationship?
A lot of tension.
A lot of tension, okay. Do you and your partner work out arguments with great difficulty, some difficulty, or no difficulty?
Great difficulty.
Okay. And do your arguments ever result in you feeling down about yourself?
Often.
Often, okay. And do your arguments ever result in hitting, kicking, or punching?
Sometimes.
You do, okay. And do you ever feel frightened by what your partner says or does?
Sometimes.
Has your partner ever abused you physically?
Sometimes.
And has your partner ever abused you emotionally?
Sometimes.
Okay. So what I'm getting from your answers is that you do feel as though your relationship has some elements of physical and emotional abuse, and that you feel like there's a lot of tension and your arguments end in less than desirable ways. You have some violence or some emotional distress in arguments. Am I getting this correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So my job here is to work with you. We've acknowledged that you do feel like there are some problems in your relationship. So now I want to work with you on seeing what we can maybe do to help you work through those problems or get you some resources to make you feel more comfortable. Would you like to talk about potentially creating a safety plan? This is a plan for patients who are experiencing relationship troubles to come up with some things that they can do to help keep themselves safer and more out of harm's way when you do have arguments or you do feel like you're not safe.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess the first thing is, do you have somebody that you can turn to for social support when you feel like you need to call a friend or a family member?
No.
You don't? Okay. Well, I can give you the phone number for a hotline so you have somebody you can call and talk to. I've got a card here. I'll go ahead and give that to you. This here is a card. It's just got some phone numbers. Really small. You can fit it in your pocket or your shoe if you need to hide it or anything, or if you have a friend who needs it, that's fine. Another part of the safety plan is to talk about maybe your environment, because sometimes it's just impossible to avoid that argument to begin with. But sometimes having the argument in a more wide open space where you can get out quickly if you need to helps you feel a little safer and avoid injury if the argument does lead to physical violence. So some of those ideas would be maybe staying in the living room. You could get to a door quickly, staying out of the kitchen where there are weapons such as knives and stuff like that, and also try not to have altercations in maybe like the bathroom or the bedroom, because these are really small enclosed spaces and it's hard to get out if you need to get out quickly in a situation like that. How does all of this sound so far?
Okay.
Okay, does it sound like something, you maybe be interested in doing?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Do you have any questions about how to maybe get out of a situation like that if you do find yourself in a violent argument?
No.
Okay. Do you want any other, resources? Another thing you could do is, if you're in public, if you have friends or anyone that is aware of the situation, you can create a code word with those friends. I know you said you don't really feel like you have anybody to turn to, but that's an idea with friends or family. If you need a quick exit, come up with a code word that your family would know, okay, we need to leave, the relationship is going downhill at this time, maybe it'd just be best to go home. Another good idea is to document all interactions. You see you have a bruise on your hand. A good thing to do is to start taking pictures of any bruises, printing out any conversations. So if and when you do feel ready to maybe go somewhere else or work on this relationship, you have the evidence that you may need if if you were interested in pursuing that route. But other than that, I just want to be able to give you these resources so you can call somebody if you need help. You're more than welcome to always come back here, call me, call the office. We're willing to help you with anything you need. And other than that, do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay, well, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.